Do 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 do. Oh, you got me fucked. Oh, okay, you got me up in here. All right, that's good, motherfucker. What's up? Welcome to the Streets of Talking Radio Show. I am your host, TJ the Chicago Kid. We have a guest in the studio, guest hosting today because B got caught at the border by ISIS. By ISIS, she told them they was Mexican, so they just locked that motherfucking ass up.
But I thought she had Indian in her family.
Yeah, she said she got Indian. She just knows she just ain't claiming the black side. To my right, I have the moist, the moist Ranger, Mr. Norman, and to my left, one of the recent callers who called in harassing the fuck out of me.
You like that?
Her name is Patrice. We gonna call her PJ today.
Patty is fine.
Patty is fine. The projects. I'm sorry, I didn't know your motherfucking ass had a tax lien or some shit.
None of your, actually, I paid that off last year.
You paid that off last year? Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, y'all? We back again. Trump over here behind the boards looking like a motherfucking emoji.
No, he's not. He looks like a whole snack.
Looking like, oh, a whole snack. That motherfucker look like that brittle candy, that candy you bite and it crack your teeth. Holy shit. Norman, don't you start that. Put that shit down.
Bitch, this is money.
You could have checked Grindr earlier.
Bitch, this is real estate money, bitch.
You could have checked Grindr earlier.
Bitch, I got an offer coming in, bitch, so I got to check this. I'm
sorry,
y'all.
This motherfucker.
These two black niggas.
I swear.
Doing the most with the
this
least.
nigga always coming in here got to check. Ain't nobody trying to get none of that blown out meat,
oh,
nigga.
Bitch, when I get to Miami, honey, tomorrow, bitch, they will be.
Oh, my God. You going down there to get you some fun in the sun, huh?
Yes, I am.
Disgusting motherfucker. You a pervert.
Gotta be.
That's disgusting, man.
Hello, Pot. This is Kettle. How are you?
What we not gonna do while we here. 7 days. Last 7 days. Trump. Not Trump. I don't want to know what you did the last 7 days.
Where's my link?
Excuse me?
My link.
I have not posted it yet. Can you have a little more patience, young lady?
Nah.
Motherfucker, what did you do the last 7 days? You know how the fuck we do this shit.
Last 7 days, I didn't do much, but it was just real estate, all real estate.
All real estate?
Yeah, I've been busy as shit.
You been busy? Real estate? Real estate?
Real estate.
Real estate.
Real estate.
Where's the real estate at?
In Maryland.
In Maryland?
Yeah. Well, is this an inside joke I don't know about?
Yeah, it's a motherfucking inside joke. You giving up that motherfucking real estate.
Sure am.
Young lady, what has your life been for the last 7 days? Can you give us some insight? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before I explain to them how we met? Are you supposed to talk into the mic?
First of all, I'd appreciate if you not tell people how we met. We'll just start there. But hi, I'm Patty. I am the president and CEO of all things related to bald-headed hoe shit. I'm not really woke because I occasionally look at white porn and eat bacon, so I'm not one of them. The hair is cut short, not because I'm trying to get with the natural movement, but because I'm lazy and sometimes I just feel like a whole dude and want to rock a fade and have a better edge up than some men.
She is what you would call a fuckboy. She do a lot of fuckboy shit. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get into some of the fuckboy shit later on today. Ain't nobody jumped in on my IG. So let me go ahead and post up because we have to make sure people are watching this fucking show. Norman, if you keep fucking with that goddamn
this
phone,
is the last time. I just gotta make.
Choke
I'm doing some numbers, bitch. I'm doing
numbers.
It's
not gonna be the way you like being choked.
You probably want to choke me the way I like to be choked, bitch.
I'm telling you, I'm not into that gay shit.
I think you are.
I'm not into that.
You're in a straight up gay sandwich right
now.
You ain't lying. I got a gay woman to my left. I got a gay dude to my right.
And you like it too.
It's enough fucking man and testosterone in this motherfucker though. God damn it.
Ooh, shit.
We have to give you all the show today, and this young lady was pestering me about fucking topics that we were going to talk about today. I just want to say, you know, take a moment of silence for the loss of our president, former President George Herbert Walker Bush. You know what? Fuck that pussy ass motherfucker. I see people writing up and down on their timelines. Rest in peace, President Bush. He was a patriot. Do you motherfuckers realize or remember that this motherfucker dropped or approved of cocaine, crack cocaine, and guns being released into the black community in exchange for money to fund the Iran-Contra war. Did y'all forget that? Why do black people get so motherfucking sentimental for white folks? I do not understand it. Do you have an opinion on that?
I don't have one that can't be censored at this time.
Well, you don't censor. We don't censor shit.
I mean, fuck it. If you feel that former President Bush did so much that you need to grieve his loss and, you know, be in mourning and sit shiva, then yeah. But if not, then my kids are just mad that they have to go to school tomorrow, even though it's a national day of mourning. So that's pretty much what
it's a national day of mourning. Why the fuck we gotta stay home?
Yeah, they're a little salty about that.
They'll be all right. They'll be okay. I mean, we get to the point where we mourn everybody. Normally, if you don't put that...
No, look, I'm telling this man, send me this. I'm telling him to send an offer the way that I need it, and we'll have a deal.
You always want somebody to send something the way you need
I'm
it.
trying to get paid.
Yeah.
I got work to do.
Yeah, I see. Do you have any opinions on the loss of your president?
No, I don't. He
did a lot for gay rights, didn't he?
Yeah, yes, he did.
Why is this all about gayness?
This is every week since I've started coming here, it's always about gay.
What you mean it's always about
It's
gay?
always about you and this gay.
It just so happened to be some gay shit that's always going on.
Every time some gay shit is mentioned,
hit the bell.
hit it.
They normally hit the bell for anything. They confused about what the bell is.
No, we're not confused.
You confused.
This bell is gay,
You
bitch.
confused
This
because
girl
you're
is
a man
bad.
that has pussy and you don't like pussy no more.
You
so
said
that's-
what?
You're a man that had pussy before and you don't like pussies no more, so that's confusing.
Okay, and why is it confusing?
It's confusing the
No,
fuck
it's
like
not.
this
No, it's
shit.
not. I don't find it confusing.
Anyway, Trump, you in it today. Where's the mic, motherfucker?
I ain't in nothing today.
You ain't in none today?
No, sir. That's on y'all today.
You dirty bastard. You gonna leave me? You done did all this damage the last couple of motherfucking weeks. Now you want to back your ass into the shadows.
They only do what they say.
Oh yeah, okay, motherfucker. Anyway, the next subject, because we got only an hour and a half to go, and then me and Patrice gonna go. I'm a finger in the parking lot.
That's okay because I
She
made
gonna
it
finger
very
you
clear
back,
that
too.
I have not showered. And,
Oh, you're so disgusting.
and just for him, he doesn't know it or not, but I may have wiped back to front. So
All right, you're gonna have a lot of fucking bacteria you're gonna have to deal with. You fucking around like that.
no. I took a whole bath.
You took a whole bath. For those that aren't informed, a whole bath is when a woman hike her leg up on the sink and run a little warm water with a towel, maybe not, and she takes some soap and she just splash it on her ass and get some toilet paper and wipe to dry it off so she won't, leak through her panties and go on about her business.
Don't stare at your screen and say, ew, that bitch nasty. Your daddy likes it.
Oh my God, where did I find her? Look, this is how me and Patrice met. Cause just so everybody knows, this is the person responsible for me getting kicked off Facebook the last time.
Really?
Yeah, this is what it was. Me and her were going back and forth, playfully, on somebody's mutual friends page, and then one of them funky bitches ended up reporting me for bullying her.
I don't feel that I was bullied.
She wasn't bullied. She was pretty much doing the bullying. But I ended up getting 30 days, so that's what happened. But me and Patrice met because I was on the same person's page.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Host or no host, let me tell you what really happened. I'm innocently minding my own black ass business.
You're never minding your
Chilling with my people on the book. So I see my brother getting blasted by this thick neck nigga over here. And I'm sorry, that's a compliment, actually. That's muscle. So I see him getting into it with my boy. And so I'm like, I have to defend my king over here because ain't nobody gonna talk to my family like that. So I'm like, yo, you can put a dick in your ear and fuck what you heard. And so I'm going all off. And so then he said some unsavory things that hurt my feelings.
I did.
Which we won't mention.
I won't.
And then...
But it got her motherfucking attention. It made her shut the fuck up. So when they get quiet, they call the third party and be like, who is this motherfucker? Because I'm about to fucking kill him. Then he calls me and him laughing on the phone.
Oh, he was laughing?
Yeah, of course we was laughing. No, he's at, why don't you doing something right now? Do that later. So he was like, man, you got to apologize to her because that's my folks. I'm like, fuck her. Fuck that funky bitch.
So that's how y'all met?
And you didn't even know I was funky at that
No,
time.
I didn't know she was funky at that time. So I'm saying, fuck her. I'm not apologizing. He's like, this one you got to give me. I'm like, all right. So I hit her in the inbox, sent her a few dick pictures. She was very impressed, by the way. That broke the ice.
She probably was like, "What the fuck?" Here you go. Here you go.
That broke the ice. She saw the dick pictures.
That's some gay shit right there.
I sent her some dick pictures. She was just, just impressed. And then we became friends to the end, like Chucky.
I was so impressed that I did not shower before I came.
The fuck is wrong with her?
Next topic.
So next topic is this fucking Kareem Hunt. Did you look at the stuff that I sent you, sir?
Yeah, I saw what you sent. No,
too busy. Grinder search.
There you go. Hit the button. Hit the. God, why is everything for me just so gay with you?
I'm not just saying. I'm just, I thought,
Are you projecting at all?
No, what we not gonna do?
I was just asking.
We're not gonna make innuendos about me being gay, because I could take
did.
you outside this room, bend you over, and fuck you, and you'll have your answer.
Most bisexual men could do that.
Well,
No,
I was fucking up.
she got
this
too much
weekend,
ass
so.
to be trying motherfucking whatever. So anyway, the Kareem Hunt video, if you all don't know, Kareem Hunt was running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, and there was an incident in a hotel or where he was staying, and it resulted in a physical confrontation between him and this young white girl.
Why do you have to put her race in there?
You'll see in a second. There was a confrontation between him and this little white girl. Mm-hmm. She got pushed. She got kicked. And eventually, this happened in February. He's continued to play. And the NFL let him play. The NFL let him go about his business. Then the video comes out. And now the NFL suspends him, just like the Ray Rice incident when they knew about it and didn't do anything about it. And now they suspended him. This is the incident here. That's him in the black with the chain. Now, it's come out that this young girl was drunk. She's about 19 years old, so that's the push. That's the push. She stole him. Now, the white guy's trying to intervene, and the dudes is coming up grabbing him. What was supposed to have happened was...
They look like they're together, though.
No, they didn't know who she was. She was trying to get into the party where they was at.
Damn.
Now, he pushed the guy or bumped the guy from the back, and he fell into her, and she fell down.
Okay.
So, everybody is losing their shit. She won't leave. Now, that's the sign of somebody who is drunk, who's out of control, and he either has a bad temper or she's somebody that said or did something that just made him fucking lose it because she wouldn't leave. So now she's going to lay there and be a victim like a white girl. But at the end of the day, she's a victim like a white girl. At the end of the day, people have lost their mind. They're saying that, he should have kept his hands to himself and he should have walked away because you don't put your hands on a woman. I disagree. I have a woman sitting next to me. I disagree. There is a reason why anybody can get this shit slapped out of them by anybody. By anybody. Why you take your jacket off like
Because you're talking about, let's go.
I'm just saying, if she jumped in his face and she's approached him aggressively.
He should defend himself.
I'm not saying he should defend himself, but what I'm saying is this. If we take away Kareem Hunt and we made it Patty, a woman who got big titties, big thighs, big ass.
This is unreal.
Who's about 5'11", probably his size. If that was you, and you stomped that bitch out, everybody would say she got just what the fuck she deserved. Nobody would put it on her because she's not as small. Well, let me use the language that won't sound so offensive to Patty. But if that was let's not use Patty. Let's use Queen
It's too
Latifah.
late.
I'm saying because that's a little shitty small white girl,
Okay,
right?
but that's still a football player.
I'm understanding it's a football player, but I'm saying because he's a football player, that means that a football player should take abuse that you yourself it would be okay for you to stump her fucking head in? Because all I saw him do there was just push her down or push her off of him because she was coming towards him. I saw him push her away. He didn't punch her. He didn't slap her. And then she kept, when they tried to take him back, she's still trying to re-enter his place. He has a right to stand his ground and keep somebody out of his shit.
So what's your beef?
My beef is that why is it that when in situations like this, nobody is willing to hold that woman or women in general accountable for their fucking behavior when you jumping up in the man's face that you can't whoop? I have daughters, so before anybody screams, you got daughters, I got 40 motherfuckers. All of them are fighters, all of them. But I make it incumbent on them to know, number one, you can't whoop a man no matter how bad you think you are. And if you put your hands on a man, you're not a victim when he smacks you, you're a combatant. You just lost the fight. So why are we coming down so hard on Kareem when we not saying nothing about this woman's behavior? Go, because I know you. She's somewhat of a feminist, a womanist, whatever the motherfuckers call. So y'all know how I feel about them motherfuckers. So we're probably gonna do a lot of arguing on this issue. But go, well, how do you feel?
I don't.
You don't feel?
I don't feel. Well, that's not true. I feel that if you are, as a woman, you shouldn't put your hands on anyone. So if you're gonna cross the line, all of a sudden you think that your dick is big and you want to go up against a man, what?
Come to the mic, sweetheart. Thank you. We're professionals here.
Oh, sorry, I was having a Jill moment. My bad. But it's like if you're gonna jump up in a man's face and you bad enough to think you're gonna whoop his ass, well then be prepared to get that ass whooped. I mean, last time I did it, I mean, he got body slammed.
Did you win? Or did you regret jumping up in his face?
Nah, I don't ever regret. Because I would probably get my ass whooped, but there will be signs upon his person that it went down. Because I'll snatch a mask, an African mask off the wall and beat your ass with it. God bless.
So in this situation where you watched the video, have you watched the full video?
No.
So what we saw was just
That's the video.
Then yes.
Okay.
You have a problem with what you saw.
I have a problem that I don't know. I think sometimes there has to be restraint that's used. For example, if it was me as Kareem and the little white girl or whatever, I know that I don't have to go full blown monkey paw and stomp her ass. It's like that's not necessary. So yes, she was wrong. Yes, she deserves to be retaliated against. But it's the manner in which it was delivered. You don't.
They all kind of look like they were together.
Huh?
They all kind of look like they were together.
No, she was. What happened was she was a tag along, and they realized
with the rest of the white people.
Right.
Okay.
They realized she was too young. She's 19. She's drunk, and the story is, and of course there's three sides to every story. Their story, her story, and the truth. But the story was she became belligerent with Kareem's girlfriend and wouldn't leave. So then she was like brushed aside, you gotta go. And then she got to arguing with him. That's why he came out and he was like, he didn't come out like bull rushed her. He came out and she walked up on him and somebody got in between them. Now what's being said is she called him a couple of names. You know, that name that black people just don't like here coming from white folks, especially in aggression. And I'm not saying that's actually what happened because that is a knee-jerk, if we want to justify some shit fucking up white people, all we say is, well, he called me a nigga, and then we go with that. So that's not necessarily what happened, but she had the opportunity to leave. Okay, she was intoxicated. I didn't see Kareem do anything that would have necessarily caused her harm. He pushed her off him. He don't have a right to push a woman off him that's coming in, and she swung and hit him. He don't have a right to push her away. So now he pissed off. Some happened because we don't have audio. Some happened that made him come from around that corner calmly to him having to be restrained. Some had to have been said that set him the fuck off. We as a society, we don't look at that. We're not gonna go and find out what the fuck lit his fuse. Or we're gonna attribute it because we automatically think that black people, we just angry. When white people do the same thing, it's because they have PTSD, it's mental health issues. Then we want to examine all of that. But when we do something, it's just because our attitudes are fucked up. So we're not looking at what she actually said to set him the fuck off, number one. Number two, the little bitch wouldn't leave. You got 4 or 5 motherfuckers holding back an NFL running back who's trying to get to you and kill your motherfucking ass, and you won't leave. You wanted that smoke. You got that smoke.
That's my phrase.
Well, we don't know the whole story. So.
We don't know the whole story, but I'm just saying, why isn't it that we're making decisions based on Kareem Hunt and other black men like him? Why do we make those decisions when we don't know the whole story? Why isn't the whole story important? Why is the whole story important here? The man just had his livelihood took. She didn't even motherfucking press charges.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't injured. He didn't hit her. Now she was squatting down, and what he did was he swung his foot and he kicked her little ass, and she tilted over. But it wasn't like when he kicked her, she flew across the room. He knocked her off balance. So this wasn't a situation where she was beaten. But I understand. You can't touch little white girls.
So he's not playing right about that.
No, the NFL suspended him, and the team dropped him.
Oh damn! Well,
He's probably done for the season.
dropping thing, I would probably, they usually take you off into.
NFL don't have no problems with nobody whooping no woman's ass. Come on now, there's plenty of ass men whoop women ass in the fucking league. The problem is the video got out. Cause again, this shit happened in February. It's December. Y'all just gonna decide to do something now? You know about this shit 10 months ago.
Well, it was probably pending further investigation.
He been fucking playing. They had access. They had the video. They knew it was video. Just like with the Ray Rice incident. They knew he super socked his girlfriend, his baby mama in the damn elevator. They knew he super saiyan punched her motherfucking ass. It wasn't until the video got released that the NFL decided that they was gonna fucking suspend him and kick him out the league. Y'all knew about that shit. Y'all got a bunch of motherfucking woman beaters in the fucking league. Don't motherfucking get all big and bad now that the video come out. Anybody disagree? Anybody want to add on to that?
I'm not going to argue with you about that.
Patty is she wants to say something. So
No, I'm good.
No, you're not.
I'm good.
He wants you to say something, Patty.
I just have to pick my battles with you. So I'm
have to
sure
pick-
that there's
No, you
gonna
don't.
be-
No, you
No,
don't.
yeah, I do. Because
Not
he's
with
going to...
them.
No, I can't use all my energy on this one because I know he's going to say some fuck shit later. And so I need all my good phrases and little witty quips. I have to save them.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. So, that was that story. I just think that that's some bullshit. But fuck the NFL anyway, because I ain't watching that shit still. So
Still haven't.
I'm still not watching. So I just, as a black man, I just have an issue with that. The next thing that caught my eye on social media.
Hit the bell, please.
Hey, Trump, don't do the first pastor. Do the second video. There's a video of this pastor.
They showed him kicking the cross-dresser out?
No, not that one. We're going to get to that one in a second. I'm talking about the one where this motherfucker in this robe made out of a Crown Royal bag. I'll let that play.
Let's go through the process and let's just see what happens. So pull them off of me. And I can help you. Okay, let me help you from here. Ooh. Okay, step out of them. All right, now, and so what this does, and I'm always real discreet with your regular panties. So I folded them, I lay them there. And like I said, what these do, these are prayer panties. And by me touching them and helping you put them on, and the way we do it, this will help. So you just keep that in mind. Step into these. Okay? Put your leg in. Yes. Yes, this is good. Now allow me to pull them up. Yes, this is good. All right. And it don't seem that you need a Lane Bryant pair or another. And what I'm doing here is just touching your knees, because if they are not, you know, chucks and stuff, you end up using those, and you end up going into, you know, your own ministry there, and you don't need to do that. But yes, Lord.
Made out of Crown Royal bags, nigga.
was his life?
Every fucking week we come with some bullshit from the church. First it was the floating pastor. What the fuck, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's just me. Would you turn your volume down with your echo phone having ass? Have you ever had a pastor try to because Norma went to gay conversion therapy, it didn't work. They just gave his ass a whole motherfucking refund. Cause that shit did not fucking work on him. That nigga still wanted some meat when he came out. The first thing he said was, "What men's at?" So, have you ever had a pastor try to pray the hoe out you?
Well, there are some things that just can't be accomplished. But actually, yes.
You had a pastor
I have. My father is a pastor.
What? Praise God.
Won't he do it?
Let me turn the volume up.
So he tried to, talk to me and, try to convince me to change my ways and not do fuckboy shit.
Impossible.
Impossible?
Impossible.
Not to do it?
Not to do it.
I'm a fucking lady.
He's a fucking fuckboy.
So anyway, yeah, he tried.
He tried.
It didn't really work.
It didn't work.
How old were you?
This is since forever. I've been a hoe for a while.
She not lying either, because the shit we talk about, I'd be like, you're such a fucking whore.
He taught me well.
I'm a one woman man. So there's this other pastor, there's this other story that's going on, which is really, really fucking interesting to me. I found it fucking brilliant. There's a saying in the black church where they say, you come as you are. Mm-hmm. Ain't located nowhere in the Bible. I hate black people that just pick little shit to say and can't back it up with a biblical verse, or they only know one or two to subscribe to the bullshit that they in. Like when they beat the fuck out of their kids, black people say, you beat your kid, spare the rod, spoil the child. Okay, give me another Bible verse to support that.
Well, spare the rod, spoil the child is not about beating your child.
Thank you.
What that is, and actually our mutual friend put me onto this. When the Bible talks about his rod and his staff, the rod and the staff is to comfort that child, not to beat their ass with. And so it's a matter of, the rod represents discipline. It represents teaching your child. It represents that nurturing and caring. So it's my opinion, and you can kiss my ass if you disagree, but if your first line of discipline to your child is to whoop their ass, then you're failing as a parent.
Not only that, let's look at it in a more practical sense. Beating children in the black community is nothing but passed down legacy from slavery.
That's right.
That's all it is. If your instinct is to grab a belt or grab an extension cord and make a child lay down prostrate and beat them into submission, you haven't corrected that behavior. Mm-hmm. What you've done is you've deterred it only until you can't whoop their ass no more.
Right. And then your child is complying out of fear.
Right, your child is complying out of fear, and you're just making them better at what it is they're doing. They're not getting to understand what's fucking wrong, why it's wrong, how it's harmful, outside of, if I do this, this is going to get my ass whooped. And then once you're no longer legally able to whoop that child, then this child has it in their mind right now. I mean, like most kids who are sternly disciplined with corporal punishment can't fucking wait to get from under the authority of their parents so they can wild the fuck out. I know I was one of them.
I know I was.
When my mama couldn't whip my ass no more legally, I mean, I never got arrested. I was never brought home by the police. My mother never had to go up to school for no fuck shit. But the minute I got out of her motherfucking house, I done been arrested, been kicked out the fucking military. I got all these fucking kids by different women.
Oh, you was kicked out the military?
Absolutely.
How many baby mamas you got?
I'm a nonconformist. How many baby mamas I got, Norman?
I think about 5.
Absolutely. That's because after I stopped getting my ass whooped and I was able to get some pussy, I didn't know.
Your mom was cock blocking?
My mom was a major cock blocker.
That's unfortunate.
My mama was a major cock. I couldn't get no fucking action. So if you're beating your kids, you're just fucked up. Period.
No, you can't say that because a lot of people spank their children because that's all they know. And they come back with well, my parents did it. And that's because their parents did it and the parents before them were slaves. So that's what they know.
Right.
You don't do what you're supposed to do. You step out of line. I'm going to inflict physical harm upon you. And for us to do this to children who are acting like children, who are learning themselves, I mean, children are going to test limits. And we expect for them to rationalize like adults. And when they don't, we beat them as if they're our property.
And then it's also a matter of just being fucking lazy as a parent.
Yeah.
It's a quick fix. And, you know, you normally whooping their ass not because it's teaching them a lesson, it's because you pissed off. You're mad at whatever action it was, and I don't feel like taking the time to sit down and talking to you and trying to drill you over an extended period of time and how to behave correctly. I'm just going to beat your motherfucking ass because it's a fucking quick fix.
Which means now you're beating that child because they have irritated you or gotten on your nerves.
Right.
You're not beating that ass because they ate the last cookie. You're beating that ass because you wanted that cookie, they ate it, and now you pissed.
Yeah, it's some bullshit. Or the parents that'll beat the child's ass because the child has seen them do something that the parents are doing. Like, you want to smack the child because when the child was 2 or 3, them cursing was cute. But then when they get 5 or 6 and they cussing, now you embarrassed. You want to smack the shit out of them, not realizing you've instilled that bad behavior in that child. So, you know, that's just, it's fucked up. But yeah.
So do you have a video of this cross-dresser thing?
Yeah, cue that up. We don't have the video of the actual cross-dresser, but here's the pastor putting them out.
Can you leave my church and go put on man clothes? And don't come here like that no more.
Thank you, Jesus.
I hold a standard in here. Whatever you do on the outside is your business. But I will not let drag queens come in here. And y'all gonna come in here, you're gonna dress like a man. Now, whatever you do on the outside, that's your business. But when you come in this house, if you're a man, dress like a man. If you're a woman, you dress like a woman. I'm not going to allow it. My salvation is more important. And God is holding me accountable. Now, whatever you do outside these doors, I don't bash.
He's probably the one that was taking chicks' panties down.
Shut your motherfucking ass up. So now that I have a gay man here and I have a gay woman here.
I'm not gay.
Okay, bisexual, fuckboy. Pansexual.
Thank you.
Pansexual fuckboy. What are y'all opinions on Pastor Green Thumb, not Pastor Green Thumb, Pastor throwing out the cross-dressing, transsexual, whatever the fuck, Fruity Pebbles, transformer, transtextical.
Look, you go all in on the
we're not doing this.
Fuck, like dig a grave.
What is your fucking opinion?
Let's start with you. No, let's start with you because you have so much to say about gay.
I think that it was appropriate.
Wait.
I think it was appropriate.
Why do you think it was appropriate?
Okay, let me get.
Here we go talk about gender identity.
No. We're not talking about gender identity. We're talking about this. We're talking about an institution, a philosophy, a religion that condemns homosexuals, homosexual behavior. I cannot for the life of me understand why. If you are homosexual,
you atheist, so why would you even
listen to? Let me finish.
I can't listen to that.
Let me finish. I can't understand why a person gay, why a person homosexual, how a person that's transgender. Why would you want to be a part of some shit when the very book that's being taught from condemns you and your behavior? Why would you try to?
That book was written so many times over and over.
Why?
And over.
Okay, and then
so
that
I'm not even following that book.
Okay, okay, that's great. But why would you want to find yourself in that?
In what? Being gay?
No, not being gay. Why would you want to find yourself in the Bible and the church when the Bible and the church condemns you? I can't understand it. If it was a religion that says all big dick black men are fucked up and going to hell, I'm not going to be sitting in the church.
Why not?
Why? Because it's condemning me. It's condemning me about something that gay people say that they are born. You say you're born gay, you don't choose to be gay. So if you are gay and this is something that you are born as, why do you want to be a part of something that fucking condemns you?
Well, here's the thing. No, let's rewind. He probably went to that church. The cross-dresser probably went to that church, and then the pastor probably seen him for the first time, and it was a shock, and he said what the hell he said.
And the pastor told him to leave out of there and go
Right.
put on some man clothes and come back.
And he
Yeah.
was wrong for that.
Yeah, he really
Why?
From a just from the standpoint of what your church is supposed to do and what your church is supposed to.
What is your church supposed to do? Is the church supposed to? It said
The church is not supposed to condemn.
Since you like to say I'm an atheist and
But you are atheist.
you are the child of a pastor, does the Bible say or not say, "Be ye"? What is it? Be ye.
Shut up, because you don't know.
Be ye in the world,
Be ye,
but
you are
not
gay.
of
That's
but not of the world. Is that not what the Bible says? Am I wrong?
No.
Okay, so if the Bible is telling you to be in the world but not be of the world, why in the fuck are you bringing the world into the church with your motherfucking gender confusion? Because that's what the fuck it is.
Whoa.
He's in there dressed like a fucking woman.
So what makes you think that he's confused?
He's confused if he's in there in that church.
He's probably not confused.
Yes, he is. The Bible condemns that.
Why would he go? Why would a confused
Technically, the
person go
Bible
to church?
condemned it in the Old Testament. Once the New Testament came,
You
the
want to
New
have a
Covenant-
theological
No,
discussion
we're not
on
having
this?
this conversation.
We can have that conversation.
I would
I
put
might
my
be
fucking money on the pastor's
I
child.
would be.
before
I
put
might
it
be.
on your motherfucking atheist.
I might
you
be
ain't nothing but the
agnostic.
fucking devil.
I might be agnostic, but I know the Bible better than most.
Let me see the.
That's why I was able to
I
pull
wanna-
that out the air.
I want to see the wall.
and
Go ahead,
throw it
pastor's
to
child.
her.
Come on,
and throw it to her.
Let's go.
So my thing is, if you are a gay man or a gay woman, and the Christian church and the Christian Bible condemns you, because people like to say that happened in the Old Testament. I don't recall Jesus having any homosexuals around him.
You don't know that, and it probably wasn't discussed back then.
What you mean it wasn't discussed
It
back
probably
then?
wasn't discussed. Why is it that like now with this everyone's openly gay or in the closet? That wasn't. That's like now modern times. Back in ancient times, I'm like 100% sure that it
The
was
Bible condemns gay people, people that commit homosexual acts, to stoning by death. Why do you want to be a part of that shit?
The stoning by death and the condemnation of homosexuals in the Bible, and that's purely based on like reproducing, populating the earth. Like if men were with men and women were with women, there would be no children born. The earth is now populated, overpopulated at that.
You can try to rationalize that all you want to, but the Bible says if a man lay with another man as if he was a woman, it is an abomination and they should be put to death. Did I quote it correctly?
Well, I be killing the pussy. Hey, baby, I love
and
you.
I be sucking the dick.
Oh!
Now that was for the church right there. That was
Won't
for
he
the
do
church
it?
and the pastors.
Did I not quote it correctly? Why would a gay person read that, know that that's what's being taught in a church? Because if you go into church, they're not just teaching from the New Testament.
So, hold on. I just want to make sure I understand this. So, liars should not go to church.
No,
Cheaters should not go to church.
no.
So, anyone who sins should not go to church.
There's a difference between.
You didn't even answer that question.
I'm about to answer her question,
Because this is
referee.
why he's not in church.
I'm sure.
Because I know it's all bullshit.
It's not all.
It's all bullshit.
What's bullshit about church?
All of it. It's because motherfuckers be in crown royal bag robes, putting on magical panties, trying to pray the hoe out of a motherfucker. That's why. Or because they put a goddamn harness on and come floating from the fucking ceiling talking about that's how Jesus is gonna come. And that's how a motherfucking mega church can sit in the middle of fucking Houston during a goddamn hurricane, and then they tell people that they lock the doors where people can't come in and escape the water.
All right,
So yes,
hold-
it is
Okay,
bullshit.
hold your thought. The comment that we had from Original Poo Poo said that he did talk to him in private several times.
So he had a conversation with this man in private, talked to him in private, counsel him in private as to not embarrass him, and this motherfucker still brought his goofy ass back up. So all that tells me is the motherfucker wanted attention and he got
it probably No, that's wrong. He's identifying with what he is, so that's why he continued to come to church as he was.
Hey, what is the okay, Mister? I'm atheist. You're not. Where in the Bible does it says come to church as you are?
I don't know where it said that.
It
I'm just
don't.
saying, whether it does or whether it don't. If he identifying with who he is, he gonna fucking come to church. If I go to church or go in any church, I'm coming as a fucking
Hey Trump.
gay man.
Hey Trump. Rachel Dolezal identifies as a black woman. How well did we accept that?
Y'all niggas accepted her with open arms.
No, the fuck we didn't.
Bullshit. Y'all went on and on and
No, we
on about
didn't.
she's doing more than for the black community than the sisters are. Look at this.
No.
They were at first.
Y'all,
The difference.
Look.
No. There is a
came for her
difference.
Hard.
What they did was they simply stated a fact. She does go. She was the president of the NAACP out there. She did do things for black people. Nobody caped for her being a black woman. I simply said, if the bitch want to give up all the privilege that goes with her being a blonde white woman,
I'll take 'em.
then knock your motherfucking self out to be a black woman who catches hell every fucking day. If that's what you want to trade down to, you go right the fuck ahead. You got privilege here.
Trade down?
Trade. Listen to what I said. If you want to give up all your white
What we're
privilege
not going to do is that condescending tone.
as a white woman, a blonde hair white woman, if you want to give up all your privilege to go and become a black woman who catches hell every day, yeah, that is a trade down. You're here getting privilege. You want to come down here where you don't have privilege. So yes, that is a step down. I'm not saying white women are better than black women. I'm just saying that white women don't catch as much hell as black women. Does that make you feel better? With your big head ass.
You are about 3 cunt hairs away from getting this smoke.
Anyway,
Original Poo Poo, won't you call in? Call into the number.
she ain't calling in her motherfucking ass.
No, she just came back and said, I understand your point, but why not respect his wishes?
Respect whose wishes?
The pastor's wishes.
It's the pastor's church.
You can respect you.
It's the pastor's church. When your father, Pastor Big Daddy, made rules in his church, did the parishioners have the option of saying, fuck what you saying, I'm going to do what I want? Did they have that
They
option?
did have that option.
And if they executed that option, were they still welcome in that church? Thank you. My
I
point.
think that if they were harming other parishioners, or if it was something that distracted from the service, I would speak to them. But what I wouldn't do is I would not have that conversation from the pulpit. Especially in situations like that, when you're in a position of authority, you praise publicly and you discipline privately. He took it upon himself to go monkey paw and like, hey.
But he counseled this man in
Woman.
private twice. If he's counseled this man in private
Woman.
twice, because he was identified as a cross-dresser, not a transgender.
Who identified him as a cross-dresser?
The pastor apparently addressed him as a cross-dresser
Pastor
because they
can't
had.
find a suit jacket that fits properly, so now he's going to be able to say what people's genders are?
If
He
the
looks
pa-
like he's in his 4th trimester.
If the pastor had a private conversation with him, I'm pretty sure the man identified himself as a cross-dresser. Otherwise, he would have addressed him as a transgender. Whatever the case may be, that's that pastor's church. And I want to say this because I have a gay man here and I have a pansexual woman here who are both involved and representatives of the LGBTQRSTUV community. I just want to say, while I do respect your right to exist,
Oh, gee, thanks. That's rather white of you.
you cannot force your way into my house.
Okay.
So as long as we cool with that, that's fine. And that's what the pastor is saying. You're welcome into this church, but you have to come back dressed as a man. You are a man. You're a cross-dressing man. Why is it that after I done told your pussy ass twice?
Nah, come on. You going too far.
I done told your
You're
pussy
going
ass
too
twice
far.
and
See,
quiet.
that's just it. You go too far. You can prove your point without being totally disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful. If I told your pussy ass twice, don't bring your monkey ass in here dressed like no fucking woman, and you come back in here, get your pussy ass out until you come back in a goddamn shirt and tie. You didn't want to have this conversation in private. You didn't want me counseling you in private. You didn't want me suggesting that you come back in private. So since you keep marching your monkey ass in here in this goddamn summer dress, get your motherfucking ass the fuck up out here. Security.
Which
Security.
Is why we have no church.
I don't want no church. I don't need to hustle like that. I don't feel like fucking with nobody. Fuck that. Anyway, we're gonna take a break because we got our last 30 minutes left, and we got a couple of more subjects that we need to talk about. Something that's near and dear to my heart,
Which is
my penis. We will be back in 5 minutes. Trump, cue that pussy ass music that the people be sending you that they want to get, you know, on the air. That ain't shit.
this is unreal.
Young Dope. Young Dope. Young Dope. Young Dope.
Nope. I'm going to. Woo woo woo. We back. Patty has something to say off air.
I got shit to say.
Yes, she do. She said some pussy ass shit, and I want to go ahead and address it. So, what was that you just said off the air? I'll repeat it since she don't want to say
I
it.
bet you remember too.
You know I do. She said some moist ass shit talking about, well, that's the same as white people. You want to go and do
No.
You
I
wanna
said,
go-
What is the difference between a white person or white people telling you that they don't want you in their space? They don't want you in a certain industry that they've dominated. They don't want you in this. They don't want you in that. And your response was, well, fine, I won't be there.
Exactly.
So you're not in any type of industry that is primarily run.
We're not
by
talking
white
about. We're
folks.
not talking about industry.
We're talking about anything.
We're talking about a white space. You can't say that whites have an industry that they just have, and you can't do the same. That's not a accurate equivalency. An equivalency.
So if I go into a white space,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm told we don't want you here,
Mm-hmm.
you're just saying don't be there.
Get your shit and go in the other direction. This is and this is why I wanted to get her. What happened in the motherfucking 50s and 60s? The civil rights movement. What was the civil rights movement rooted on? Desegregation. Do you know that we had black-owned restaurants, we had black-owned hotels, we had black-owned hospitals, we had black-owned banks, we had all kind of black-owned businesses, and what we wanted to do so bad was to feel like we were equal. We wanted to go into white spaces and spend our money with them, and then once they figured out, hey, these niggas really want to spend their money with us, let's let them on in. Then we stop patronizing our own, and we lost every fucking thing. So my feelings is, if a white person don't want me in their particular space, fuck it, I'm gone. You don't want me in your restaurant eating your funky ass, bland ass food that ain't got no seasoning on it? I was doing your pussy ass a favor. Let me get the fuck out of here. You can serve all the white people you want to. You don't want me to come into your fucking business and buy your fucking overpriced clothes? Fine. I'm not gonna come into your establishment. I'll go find someone that looks like me that's selling the same fucking thing, and I'll do business with them. So, in tying that into the church, if gay people are having this issue, going into church and being rejected because of the lifestyle that they live or how they were born, you're not gonna get church folks to conform to some shit when they've been subjected to this shit for 2,000 fucking years. What's wrong with you going to start your own gay church? You can start your own gay church, and there won't be a fucking church without a gay choir director anywhere in fucking America. All the black churches, the choir director's gone because you done started your own gay shit. So that's how I feel about it.
Our next
damn
topic
it.
is something that's near and dear to your heart.
Near and dear to my heart. Okay. It's recently been discovered that Prince George's, we all live in the PG County, Montgomery County area here in Maryland, right outside of the DMV. And it has been something that I have been speaking about for weeks, really for years, and it's black banking. I think that one of the key elements to black people having some kind of progress here in the United States is to divest our money from all of these institutions that many have been rooted and founded and established in slavery, that participated in redlining, predatory lending in the African American community, take our money and put it in the black banks. There have been laws that have been crafted to try to curtail some of the activities that the banks have been doing, and there's always a loophole. The attorney generals for Prince George's County and Montgomery County, which Montgomery County is one of the most financially prosperous counties in the United States, they are suing Bank of America and Wells Fargo for targeting African Americans with loans that have higher interest rates than anyone else.
How's their credit?
It's based on the credit being equal to someone of another race. That African Americans are being specifically targeted and given loans that are higher, would have higher interest rates for the same credit worthiness as someone white, as someone Asian, as someone Jewish. So they've been caught handing the cookie jar again.
Okay.
Doing this fuck shit.
Okay.
I mean, they just got their ass out of hot water for doing all this predatory lending here in Prince George's County,
Right.
well, really throughout the nation. And if I get a check from somebody pays me with a check and it's drawn off Bank of America, and I'm gonna pass Bank of America instead of driving to my bank and dropping it in my bank, to cash a check that's drawn off their bank is $7. Wells Fargo is $7.50. Banks have made, in 2017, reportedly, $59 billion in fees.
I believe that.
In fees alone. We're talking about NSF fees,
Yeah.
ATM fees, all different kind of extras.
Well, do you remember the class action lawsuit with Bank of America?
Yes.
When they would take out all of your withdrawals, all your pending, check card purchases or checks. They would take all of that out before they deposited or credited your account with any deposits.
Right.
So that situation happened with me. I went in and put in cash, and they told me since it was after 2 o'clock,
it wouldn't
post to the next day. So after I threatened to take a shit in the teller window, they went ahead and rectified it, though.
I received a check from Navy Federal last year for about $5,400.
Mm-hmm.
It was from a class action lawsuit, which Navy Federal was one of the best credit unions in the nation. But they had been doing
You said they still are?
They had been doing some fucked up shit with personal loans that people had been getting and attaching certain fees to it, and there was a class action lawsuit. I didn't even know shit about it. All I know was I got a statement in the mail, and there was a little bit more money in my fucking account than it should have been. So I went and I pulled that shit out right away. But it's 2018. I say this all the time. In the age of information, ignorance is a choice. It's too much shit out here that you can learn that will make you more equipped to deal with some of the injustice that goes on in this country. And if you still got your money in a fucking Bank of America of all places,
I do.
You should have just kept that.
Kept all of it.
You should have kept it all.
I can still get it.
Just like when you don't spit, keep it all. Why do you have your money in the Bank of America knowing what you know?
We're skipping the subject.
No, why the fuck would no?
I want to keep my money in Bank.
Why?
No, I'm with
But why does he have to justify why he wants to keep his money?
I didn't say he had to justify.
But you're asking him why, which would be a justification.
No, I'm asking him why, based on the information he knows, will he continue to patronize a bank that does not work in his best interest?
Yeah, I would.
You would what?
I would patronize them.
Why?
Because I have business accounts with Bank of America.
That's some gay shit. You know that, right?
I know everything that comes out of his mouth is gay targeted. So I mean,
you got business with him.
Yeah.
Look, let me do my gay jokes, okay? I know when the timing will be perfect. You fucking up my time.
All right. Well,
Are you sucking dick?
Are you licking ass?
So then I think that mine would be timed a little more better.
But it's not.
The views the views and thoughts expressed by TJ the Chicago Kids
are gay.
Is his and his only. Why is it that you still feel like it's a good idea? See, why do you feel like it's a good idea to keep your money? I want to get into the mind of a person who continues to patronize Bank of America, HBSC, Wells Fargo, SunTrust, all of these banks who are continuously getting caught targeting and victimizing the African American community.
Why
do you feel like you still
because
need
I'm not
to do
being
business?
Victimized by them.
So
I haven't been victimized by them.
So until it happens to
then
you,
then I'll move.
Okay, see, that's where we have a problem.
Then
because then what you're doing is you're saying, I'm not one of them niggas over there that's being affected.
Yeah, actually, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, so my money.
Okay, but see, neither are we. However, you have to sometimes. No, seriously, sometimes you have to work in the best interest.
I love when the heat gets taken off me.
Say it again.
Sometimes you have to work what's in the best. Sometimes you have to make decisions that are going to be in the best interest of your community and the best interest of your people. Like even when it comes to voting, like when it came to voting between one candidate or another in a previous election, I knew. With McCain and Obama, I knew that I would make out better under the McCain tax plan. However, I knew that there would probably be nothing that McCain would do to really benefit black folks.
Okay.
Not like Obama really did. But, so that's why I voted against what what most black people vote against. Like I voted against the casinos coming to the National Harbor.
You voted against the casinos at the National.
I did.
I wish more people, including myself, would have voted against it. I wouldn't have lost that $300 at the blackjack tables that I lost.
No, it just shows that wherever there's a casino, the areas around the casino always die off, because what happens is people take their disposable income and they put it into the casinos instead of small businesses within the community.
Thank God I haven't done that.
Then they gamble their bill money, so they're gambling away Pepco mortgage.
That's not happening though, because a lot of the gamblers that come up to MGM, see, the people that live close to MGM then been there enough to know that them motherfuckers ain't paying no money. So the motherfuckers that's actually going there to gamble are people that coming from way out in Virginia, people that would normally pass this area to go up to Atlantic City. Now they have a couple of options of stopping. The people in this area, except motherfuckers like me, who I haven't gone that often because I know now that the motherfuckers ain't nobody winning no fucking money up in there.
That's unfortunate.
But these people that go in there, you know, because I live 10 minutes away from the casino, and I can tell you since it's been there, my fucking property value has jumped. I'm very appreciative that after purchasing my house in 2007, and within 2 months, it lost $200,000 worth of equity. But that's another story. So let's go back to this banking situation, and let me just go ahead and chastise.
Hey Trump, can you turn that thing down? The freshener, air freshener.
That's what that is?
You smell it? Oh, I know you really
messing
smell it.
with your allergies.
No, bitch, it's not. Hold on, why you sound like the motherfucker from In Living Color when you said that shit? You sound like Damon Wayans. Would you say?
We're gonna get that 2 snaps and a rewind.
Yeah. So in saying that, here's the thing. Yeah, it doesn't negatively affect you.
Yeah.
They have not fucked Norman over yet.
Yeah, they haven't, and that's no different from like people being against gentrification.
But
which
here's the thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not against gentrification.
You haven't noticed that they fucked you over yet,
Right.
because if their practice is to, we don't know what the white Norman's credit score look like. We don't know what the white Norman's credit worthiness look like. The white Norman might have identical credit worthiness, credit score as the black Norman. Black Norman don't know that the white Norman has a lower interest rate. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
The entire issue was that they was basing credit worthiness on color.
Right, okay.
As opposed to, so you may not even know that they've stuck dick in you. I mean, because you so blown out. You wouldn't even know that they put some dick in you, so I can understand why you don't know. But on the serious note, I'm just saying that it's much. When I go back to, and you've heard me mention this, the Community Reinvestment Act. It was a law that was signed back when Bill Clinton was president that he really pushed through. And what it was supposed to be designed to do is to force banks to actually service the areas that they were located. Because what was happening was, quote unquote, a Bank of America would be over in Southeast DC, around all the black people, and
Which used to be all white.
right, they were throwing all their money into that Bank of America, all the black people in that area, and then when black people were going to apply for loans, they were being denied. But somebody over in Georgetown,
Which used to be all black.
which was applying for a loan in Georgetown, the loan would come from the Bank of America in Southeast. So the Community Reinvestment Act was supposed to act like a wall. If you're going to be in Southeast, you service the people in Southeast. You service the people who put their money in your banks.
Okay.
Bank of America wasn't doing it, and they've gotten caught violating that plenty of times. Wells Fargo continues to violate it. This is why they keep getting sued. Now, how is it that first we was dealing with the redlining, them not loaning anybody money to either get loans or to improve their house, to fix their houses in African American communities. We was dealing with that, so we corrected that. Then you go to predatory lending. You go from one side of the fence to the other side. So now we're gonna target you. Well, you worth $30,000, but you can get this $600,000 house. The fuck, you can't afford no $600,000 house on a $30,000 salary. But they targeted black people and sold derivatives based off those loans. And then the next thing you know, these fucking mortgages, because people over in Fort Washington buy a house, 2 years, they refinance it, pull all the equity out, pay pay the mortgage up for 2 years, sit and don't do nothing, and in 2 years he got equity in the house. They pull more equity out of the house, pay it up for 2 years, and then when the bubble bursts, now that mortgage is so fucking high that they can't pay it, and the property value is falling, so now you ain't got no interest rate. So then you got foreclosures that's happening now. This is what these banks have done, and they got sued for that. You had the big five, they got sued for that. Now, then you have HSBC, who's laundering fucking money from Colombian cartels. They got caught once, fined by the Justice Department. Nobody served a day in jail. A couple of years later, they get caught doing it again. Get fined again. Nobody serves any time in jail. These drug dealers are laundering money that they make from pumping drugs into black and brown communities. So now here we go, 2018. What are the banks doing now? Now, if I go to Black Norman go get a loan, Black Norman go get a loan, White Norman go get a loan, Black Norman get an interest rate of fucking 13%, White Norman gets an interest rate of 6%. Y'all financial situation is identical. But if they have continued to do that, and history has shown, if you research it, both Bank of America and Wells Fargo, if you trace their origins back, they used to mortgage slaves. Like a motherfucker, if you've never been to the Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture, they show you where these banks used to mortgage slaves. A lot of these banks, particularly Bank of America and Wells Fargo, were founded off slavery.
Fargo.
So if you know that about these banks.
I said about Wells Fargo.
It's Bank of America too.
Do my research. I'll do my research on Bank of America.
You got 7 days, motherfucker.
I'll do my...
7 days. We back here next Tuesday. But if you look at the historical origins of Bank of America, you will see.
I'll make my move. But other than that,
and I'm just saying it to anybody. You know, we get so fucking offended when we talk about slavery, but then we'll pump our money into a bank that was founded on slavery.
We pump our money into many companies that were founded and built on slavery.
This is very true. This is absolutely true.
But technically, if we follow your line of thinking, then anyone who is taken advantage of through these predatory loans, that's their fault, because there's so much information out there that they should know what they're getting into.
That's not necessarily true.
You just said.
I said in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. Yes, you can go out, you can go and seek information. Right. You may not necessarily know where to look. You may not necessarily know what you're looking for.
Right.
So with them, some people are just content because we've been sold on the idea of the American dream, buying a fucking house that you'll never own.
You can if you want to.
Here we go.
He's a realtor, so
but you can own a house if you want to.
You can own a house if you want to, but I'm just saying the average person doesn't have that information. You do. That's your profession. But the average person doesn't know how to go and purchase a house free and clear. They just, we looked at what our parents did. They paid 30 years on. Like my aunt Faye, and anybody that's listening, that's a friend on my friend on Facebook knows my Aunt Faye. But my Aunt Faye, she just recently sold a house. She owned a house for 46 years. They paid the house off in 15 years.
Okay.
They never pulled any equity down.
Why? Because they did. Oh.
Number one,
redlining.
Number one on the south side of Chicago, they redlining. And number two is just something that they didn't know. They just thought, I get up, I go to work every day. Y'all get up, y'all take y'all ass to school, have this house clean when I get home.
Oh, I'm gonna beat that ass.
Oh, I'm gonna beat that ass. Pay that mortgage every month, and then once the house is paid off, house motherfucking falling down around you. Mm-hmm. You ain't figured out how to fix it when you can simply do a small refinance and pull some equity down to make the repairs in order to keep the property up. Nobody on that street where I grew up at, nobody knows anything about that. They just knew to pay the house off for 30 years. And I'm talking about houses when I was coming up, these houses were robust. The yards were green. The fences was up. You go through there now, it look like fucking Iraq. Because nobody knows anything about how to pull the money down. Or because nobody thinks, a lot of people don't know that your house is like a bank.
Right.
We just know the house is like a bank. No, motherfucker just know you pay that motherfucker or they gonna take it. And once you paid it, I done paid this motherfucker. Now your knees is bad, your back hurt because you didn't work your whole fucking life, and you gonna leave the house to the kids. And as soon as you motherfucker die, the kids sell the house. So I just take your money, and the reason why you put your money in a black-owned bank is number one because they ain't got caught doing the fuck shit.
They haven't gotten caught.
That's what I said. They hadn't gotten caught doing fuck shit. So at least they have the reputation for being on the up and up. Maybe they don't have as many programs as Bank of America because Bank of America got a lot of customers, but it's 44 million African Americans in the United States. Imagine if we just took all our money and put it in all black things. We spend $1.3 trillion in this economy every year. Just imagine if we took maybe 50% of that money and put it into black restaurants and put it into black banks and black-owned institutions. We could fucking come up. But we don't do that. We'll see this fucking article knowing that Bank of America, knowing that Wells Fargo is being sued because they fucking over black people, and we'll say shit like Norman just said. They ain't fucked me over.
Yeah, they didn't, so I'm going to stay with them. I'll stay with them.
I hope you get maggots in your asshole.
That's okay.
That is totally inappropriate.
I hope you get motherfucking rug burns on your knees that don't heal.
I've had that before, but they've healed.
Baby, me too. All you need is a little Neosporin.
I had some about 3 weeks ago when we did a show, but you ain't know.
You are fucking sick.
Baby, if you know what we was getting into this past weekend.
That's why when we was walking over the bridge, your ass was moving so fucking slow because your jeans was rubbing up against your fucking scuffed up knees. Motherfucker. Don't you ever come out with me with no goddamn scuffed up knees no more. Shit.
I had to look at them things the next day. I was like, this motherfucker.
Y'all sickening.
I was getting it in.
So, Caddy. Fuck.
What the fuck you want?
I'm just saying, I hear this shit and then you wonder why I have an issue with the gay shit.
But see, do you realize you actually initiate it all?
Yeah.
You initiated
No man is coming up to you on this show off the damn. I see you really did your thing for No Shave November. Let me touch that beard. Like, you don't have dudes walking up to you doing that. You initiate like, yeah, I bet that gay nigga's looking at my beard right now. Like,
I've never said no shit like that. I've never said no shit like
that.
You haven't had a full beard until now.
What you not gonna do?
No.
What you not gonna do is come for my beard.
I just
I'm
noticed
not coming from your beard.
Did you have a full beard?
No, I didn't. Just like you didn't have that fucking hairline. We got a phone call. Somebody calling in. Caller, what's your name? That might be B Funky ass.
That's probably Lauren.
Who is it?
Look here. Ain't nobody checking for your dry face to the ass, TJ.
So Ice let you go? You got bond? Did they put an ankle bracelet on you? This is B Johnson on the phone, y'all. Her funky ass didn't make it in today.
Hey, B.
You don't want my spot flash?
Look,
you can't get it because you ain't got it.
Look, they put the ankle bracelet on you? Or did they tag you like the big wolf that you are?
I'm out.
Look, you out. Why wasn't your ass here tonight? You have to explain to the audience why you're not here.
Because I got a real ass job, okay?
You got
a minute now. Wow.
I got a real ass job and I had things to do.
Well, I just want your job to know that you smoke weed and snort cocaine and you embezzle all funds at work, so y'all need to watch her motherfucking ass.
The views expressed on this show are those exclusively of TJ, the Chicago kid.
Have you watched the whole show or you just coming in on the end?
I did come in on the end though, but
Girl,
I can't.
You ain't missed nothing. You
ain't shit.
Good job, y'all.
Bro, but you should see Norman's headline. That motherfucker.
Can we not do this? Don't do this. Don't do
shit
this.
with a protractor.
Don't do this.
You should see his titties right about now.
This motherfucker got a protractor headline. Goddamn it. Norman,
I will say, TJ, that you look much smaller.
Oh, from your view, B?
Well, yes, from my view today.
Oh, okay.
With no change, so you know.
Look, but you know what? Looking from my cell phone, he actually does look like the smallest person at the table.
He looks smaller.
Oh yeah, he sure does.
See, this is
Hold up.
I mean, I'm a little big myself too. So I mean, just from this view that Trump have us at, we both look like the.
Well, I know my side sausage is on blast.
It's really
I didn't want to sit on the side.
I love
this
how
cocky, arrogant motherfuckers like You can't sit at the head table.
I love how
That's
y'all
my
just.
spot.
I love how y'all both just threw Patty under the bus.
But you know what? The only thing, look, the only thing Thornell trying to show off is his fucking arms. That's the only thing he work on at the fucking gym.
You got gains. You got gains.
What?
He trying to show off his little pecs.
Look, Norman called me. Norman called me yesterday trying to walk over the bridge. I was in the fucking blackjack table. He called me this morning trying to get me to walk.
That you don't go to?
No, look.
Nah, I told you, just lost $300 yesterday.
He was at the blackjack table, and I was on my way to walk the bridge. I said, "You want to walk the bridge?" He said, "Oh yeah. Come on, because I'm at the casino." When I get halfway there, he said he got something to do. I was like, "Why did I walk the bridge?"
I was up.
But you burned $300 and not walked the bridge.
No, I started off with $300, and when you called me, I was like back down even to $300. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll go ahead and leave what I came with. And then after about 5 minutes, I won like a quick $400. I was like, yes.
Why you walk the bridge and make your money back?
Why didn't I walk the bridge and make my money back? Shit, I don't be trying to do nothing when I get out that fucking bridge. I be too fucking tired.
No, she said, why didn't you walk the bridge to make your money back?
Look, B. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I will call the hotline on your ass. You know what, B? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide by your house. I'm gonna buy about $10 worth of cocaine and put it in your glove compartment, and then I'm gonna call Crime Stoppers.
No turkey on my line, sir. No turkey on my line. I got to go. You sounding fuzzy.
Anyway, bye. Okay, that was interesting. Somebody was asking about Industrial Bank. Yeah, Industrial Bank is Shannon. That's my nephew. You can hit me later. I'll let you know with all the banks. We have had an interesting and fun-filled show. I keep getting these gay people that come to the studio.
Listen to that gay shit. We've had a fun-filled show. Look, I want
to thank Miss Patty for bringing her lunchbox head ass on up in here to hang out today.
Stand up and let the camera see your whole body.
What the fuck is up with you, man?
What the fuck is up with you?
I don't want to stand up.
Look. I need a caller to call in. We got like 4 minutes. Call in and tell us motherfucker stand up.
We ain't got
Why don't you stand up? Stand up so everybody can see you.
No time.
Thornell.
No.
Chicago.
See, the reason I don't want, I'm gonna tell you why I don't want to stand up. I'm gonna tell you why I don't want to stand up. I got on gray sweatpants. And I got too much dick. And I don't want to put myself out there like that, so I'm going to sit by the table, because if I do, that fucking line going to blow up. They ain't going to let Trump get no sleep tonight. Look, we have enjoyed you all today. I appreciate you all for fucking turning in. If you want to see more of the bullshit, because me and Trump, I be on Trump's podcast on Sundays, and I really carry the whole fucking show. Yeah, I do. I'm a talented motherfucker, and I'm smart, and I'm witty.
You're just an asshole.
I'm that as well. And you can come on Sunday nights on what we normally gonna do it on 9 since Walking Dead is off. 9. You can catch us on Dudes Talk Shit. Miss Petty, you probably have a few fans now. So why don't you tell them where they can find you at?
Look how gay he look.
You can't. I might want to run for public office someday, so I can't really put my social media out there. But if you happen to be on Instagram, it is I am.NolaDarling.
I am Nola Darling.
I dare you.
Listen, look at this, you guys. Tune in real quick. Zoom in, Trump. Zoom in on his facial expression. He was
Norman, where can they find you?
Girl, they can find me on Instagram at Norman Sly Realtor or Facebook Norman Sly Hawker.
You can find me on Jokes at Jokes Galore on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram.
And you can find him crying on Tumblr.
You can even find him on Jack.
TJ the Chicago Chicago Kid.
Did you say Adam and Adam?
And in the next maybe 30 minutes, you're gonna find me on top of Miss Patty doing my business.
You got me fucked up. I can assure you that. I'm going home to my wife. I'm gonna love up on her, and that's it.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. We will see y'all back at 7. And this is the Streetz Talking radio show.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be out.